Hello, in this video we're going to look at the Boox Palma 2. Specifically we're going to look at a brief look at the Boox Palma 2, but mostly at the Speechify app. Definitely want to share the Speechify app. I'm big into text to speak, also known as TTS. So we'll look at that. We'll look at other apps that use text to speech also. Let me start this up, enter my password. I got the Boox Palma 2, the white version. It's really pretty. It's about the size of a phone. It is not a cell phone, but it's pocketable, which is really useful. Comes in handy. So that's the general menu when you look at it. Let's go through back through the color temperatures, if I can bring that screen up again. Look at that. Good range and color. The phone, or sorry, it's not a phone. The Palma 2 will adjust at night. I'm a big bedtime reader, so I like how the colors change throughout the day, whether I'm in a dark room or it's night or I'm outside. So I find that very useful. Let's look at, I like the phone format, how it would be laid out just like a cell phone. I use Edge. Edge has text-to-speech too. You can do read out loud. I like the voice of Ava, which is their text-to-speech default voice. Let's see if we can find something. This is a general news article from CNBC. Look how fast it moves. Pretty fast for an e-reader. I don't want more articles. I just want to go into the article. Maybe this just shows a video. It's the reason it's not going into it, but maybe we can find an article that will just pop up that is not a video. These appear to be all video situated. Let's look at the Aldi's article. Maybe we can get this to read. I clicked on the book item on the top that had a speaker, and that let me bring it up into read format for Microsoft Edge. Let's see if I can turn it up. Oh, I turned it off on accident. All right. Yeah, it was all the way down, so let's turn it to like 70%. See if it'll read it. I noticed with Microsoft Edge, sometimes it won't register that middle button well enough, which is a bummer on the e-reader. Let me try to load it up one more time.
Aldi buys 3 Big Lots
There it
stores as
goes.
locations reopen nationwide. Ad. Story by Mary Walworth Holdridge, USA Today. 3H. Grocery retail chain Aldi has purchased a small handful of Big Lots locations less than a year after Big Lots filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and announced plans to close
So I'm
hundreds of
not
stores.
sure why it's not following it.
Several companies bought the
There
leases
it
of
goes.
closed Big Lots locations following the bankruptcy filing in September 2024, including Tractor Supply, Aldi's Bargain Outlet, and Burlington. Discount grocer Aldi is the latest on the list, having purchased
So
a
that's
small
pretty
number of...
deep. I really like Ava's voice, but sometimes Microsoft Edge doesn't register as fast as Google's Chrome's voice if you're listening to news articles. Let's see if I can close this out. Let's go into Google Chrome. Too many ads or asking me about cache and cookies. Too much. I don't know what this article is about, but let's see if it will let Google Chrome read this article. It's usually in the menu, but I don't see where it says to read out loud. That's not fun. Oh, it's because I'm on a radio site. Let me see if I can get regular Google just to pop up with something. It does not want to read this either. Some pages will be detected by the browser to read out loud, and it will give you the option to read. We'll try one more article or website to see if anything pulls up. Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not popping up. My other video, it popped up real quick and it let me read the article. But we'll skip this. Let's go into Kindle. This is probably the most common used app on any Boox device. I don't like the text-to-speech on the Kindle app. Let's pull up the Constitution. I think I might have that in my library. Just give me 1 second to find it. Constitution is a free book, by the way. Sorry, I'm trying to find a book that's most likely not copyrighted. Give me 1 second to pull it up. I got too many books that I'm trying to scout. Don't see it popping up right away. If not, I'm going to play you guys some of the Bible. Not to be religious here, that's just another common book that's most likely not copyrighted. I'll probably use that same example on something else. So it's just loading up. I am getting a little ghosting right now, so let me refresh the screen. Let's just pick something out of the Bible. And let's see if we can get the text-to-speak to work on here. Text-to-speech. think I already turned it on, so maybe that's why I wasn't able to pick it from there. Not sure why it won't do the text-to-speech on the Bible. It's usually in the setting here. Let me try to find one more book. Sorry about the wait. Then I found the Constitution. United States Constitution is free on Amazon Kindle store. So let's pull it up. I've already finished this book as well. So let's go somewhere here and see if it will play it.
Amendment IV, Search and Seizure, 1791. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue.
really
upon probable
don't
cause,
like
supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing
the
the place to be
Kindle's
searched and the
app
persons or things to be
text-to-speech voice.
Amendment B, Grand Jury,
Like,
double jeopardy,
very
self-incrimination, due process 1791. No person shall be held to answer for
2017.
capital or otherwise infamous crime, unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand
It
jury.
does
except in
highlight
cases
the
arising in the land
words,
or naval
but it's
forces,
very
or in the militia,
faint.
when in actual service in time of war or public danger.
That's
Nor
why
shall
I
any person
do
be subject to the same
recommend.
offense to be twice.
That's why I do recommend the text-to-speech on Speechify. So I'm just going into Speechify. So Speechify, if you buy it for the yearly membership on an Android device, this is a little hack. On an Android device, it's $99. And then on an Apple device, it's $140 a year. So Android's $99 a year, and Apple device, it's $140. If you purchase it on Android device, it will work on your Apple products. It's the same login. To save $40, buy it through the Google Play Store. I'm just logging it. You can connect it to the Kindle store. I'm just logging in with my password in that. So give me 1 second. You're not going to see that on screen. So this is cool. So we're back to the Constitution,
Amendment
right?
66, Compensation of Members of Congress, 1992. No law varying the compensation for the services of the senators and representatives shall take effect until an election of representatives shall have intervened.
Let's change the voice. It's like a Obama type of voice for Mr. President here. Let me get that camera kind of closer.
Well, hello there. My name is Mr. President. I speak in American English.
So, let's hit play.
Amendment. Compensation of members of Congress, 1,000.
It's being a little finicky. Not gonna lie. Sometimes I have to refresh back in.
Amendment 66. Compensation of members of
Oh, it thinks I'm on the last page. So let me mess with this again. Sorry, a lot of these books I've already read through. So let me see if I can back this some.
$990. Thereafter, when the President transmits to the President pro tempore of the Senate. Senate and Speaker of the House of
It's
Representatives.
reading it, but it shows on the last page. I probably should have picked a book that was freshly not read.
compensation of members.
There we go. I'm using the go to page. So let's go to page 1. Let's try this
United
again.
States Constitution. Constitutional Convention, United States. Aegitas.
Yeah, I read pretty dry stuff, by the way.
United States Constitution. Constitutional Convention, United States. Aegitas. Coding and Publishing House.
There he goes.
Preamble. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility,
Look
provide
at
for
that.
common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of
That's
America.
neat, right? Once you get going right.
Article 1. The Legislative Branch. Section 1. Legislative power
I
vested.
like
Section
how
2.
it
House of Representatives
highlights.
Ethel, Section 3. Senate Section 4. Elections of senators and representatives, Section 5.
So I have it on
Section
speed
6. Compensation and
1.8.
privileges of members, Section 7. Passage of bills, Section 8. Scope of
Could
legislative power,
actually
Section 9.
have them
Limits on legislative power, Section 10. Limits on states.
read
Section 1.
faster.
All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and House of Representatives.
Your ears get used to it. Oh, I've hit this too many times.
Section 2.
So sometimes it is finicky, but you know, you're not going to constantly click on something while you're listening. So once it's going, it's usually pretty good.
Article 1. The Legislative Branch. Section 1. Legislative power vested, Section 2. House of Representatives L, Section 3. Senate Section 4.
Let's get through
Elections
those
of senators and representatives,
highlights.
Section 1. All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and House of Representatives.
So that's playing at a
Section 2. The House of
2.4
Representatives shall be
speed.
composed of members chosen every second year by the people of the several states, and the electors in each state shall have the qualifications requisite for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained to the age of 25 years and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state.
Well,
which
let's
shall be chosen.
change it to
Representatives and direct taxes shall
Gwyneth
be apportioned among several states.
Welcome
Paltrow to read it.
Speechify. Speechify can read to you in the highest quality digital voices available anywhere. States which may be included within this union, according to their respective numbers. Which shall be
Slow it
determined by
down.
whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed. 3/5 of all other persons. IMD. The actual enumeration shall be made within 3 years after the first meeting of the Congress of the United States, and within every subsequent term of 10 years, in such manner as they shall by law direct. The number of representatives shall not exceed one for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least one representative, and until such enumeration shall be made, the state of New Hampshire shall be entitled to choose 3, Massachusetts 8, Rhode Island.
Let's pause it. The voices on Speechify are much better. Way better. On e-readers itself, the Boox Palma 2 is the only Boox device where I've seen where it will naturally let you download the app on the Google Play Store. You can sideload on Boox products by having like an APK downloader, but you really don't want to do that. If you can get it through the Google Play Store, that's how you want to do it. But I love this combination. My day job, I have to listen. Sometimes I can glance at the book that's being read. I used to do Audible, but the problem with Audible, you get some very irritating voices that are narrators. And with Speechify, you can change different voices.
Hi, my name is Cliff Weitzman. And Providence Plantations 1, Connecticut 5, New York 6. Jersey 4, Pennsylvania 8, Delaware 1, Maryland 6, Virginia 10, North Carolina 5, South Carolina 5, and Georgia 3. When representation from any state...
So, to me, Speechify is way better than Audible. To me, this, when it's working right, this combination on an e-reader gives you that paper-like book feel, and you can read at night, or you can just read it and follow the words, or you just listen, or you can do both. I'm pretty sure I'm dyslexic, so this will help me read better because I can follow the words and listen. Or I've read a couple books on speed reading. If I turn down all the volume and turn up the speed, the format of this e-reader like a phone, it gives you a more narrow field of view, and you can take in a lot of words, predict a lot of words that come up. So that's why I recommend Speechify, and definitely Speechify on the Boox Palma too. It does get a little glitchy sometimes, but you just want to go out of the app and right back into it, and that usually solves the problem, and then don't overclick. I do want to share one more thing going back into it. Let me pull it back up, because a lot of people worry about ghosting. Don't forget about your settings. Let's go back. Watch my thumb.
And within every subsequent term of 10 years,
So if I put it on
HD,
it's gonna be weird.
One for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least one representative.
It's like highest quality, right? See how glitchy it looks?
New Hampshire shall be entitled to choose 3, Massachusetts 8, Rhode Island, and Providence Plantations 1.
Put it on
Connecticut
balance.
5, New York 6 new.
See
Jersey
how
4,
it
Pennsylvania 8,
looks
Delaware
now?
1, Maryland 6, Virginia 10, North Carolina 5, South
You
Carolina
can
5.
keep on changing it.
When representation
I
of any state,
usually
the
put it
executive authority
on
thereof shall issue writs
fastest,
of election
so I
due.
get less
Vacancies happen.
ghosting.
FL such vacancies. In the
My dog is startled. So that's the end of the video. Have a good day. Pick up the Boox Palma 2 and check out Speechify.